you suck at cooking, yeah, you totally suck.
Macaroni and cheese, also known as macchinini alfredo, is made from macaroni and also cheese, as well as some other things that are neither macaroni nor cheese, but a couple of things that are cheese in an early stage of evolution. The first thing you're going to want to do is acquire some macaroni. This could be macaroni from a jar. You can make some macaroni. You can pick some from a macaron tree. You can get some Tide Pool macaroni minnows. You can use elbow macaroni. Or in a pinch, you can take some macaroni string and twist it into the right shape. Now we'll let the macaroni air age while we make our cheese sauce. In order to make the creamiest cheese sauce, you're going to need some of the driest powder on earth from the most withered grain in the land, flour. But first, butter. 2 tablespoons of it, getting it melted in your saucepan on low. Then slowly add 2 tablespoons of wheat dust while whangjangling. I use this tappety tap technique so I don't pour in too much at once, and just keep whangjangling until smooth and cook it for a minute or 2. And that's how you make a roux. When you're making a roux, it's important not to roux the day or your roux will end up tasting too heavy. Now we'll introduce milk.
Hello, I'm Milk.
I'm using whole milk, but you can use half milk if you prefer. And you'd think this would make it smoother, but it actually forces you through the 4 stages of clumpitude, then the several stages of mashed potatoes and gravy, and then the 7 levels of hell. We'll add some pepper, and a ½ teaspoon of salt. Now I'm gonna apply the STELHOOI method. Spice the ever-living hell out of it. And we'll do that by adding 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, 3/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, 3/4 teaspoon of chili powder. The reason we're adding these spices is so that it will taste good and not bad. Now we'll continue a casual, no strings whangjangulation until it starts to get thick. You can use strings if you prefer, but don't be fooled. The sauce doesn't care about you, and I don't want to see you get hurt. Once that thickens up, we've basically got a spiced bechamel. Now we'll grate a gibungous amount of sharp cheddar, carry it to the pot, throw it in there, turning our spiced bechamel into a Mornay sauce, or cheese sauce. Say it with me. Roux, bechamel, Mornay sauce. Roux, bechamel, Mornay sauce. You can kill the heat at this point while you whangjangle that cheese in there. Now, you don't have to do this, but another thing that tastes really awesome in the sauce is scallions. For this, I captured a wild scallion. Then I reduced it into smaller scallion components. Then fried it in olive oil for a few minutes. I'm adding half to the cheese sauce with the oil to make sure there's enough fat. Then I'll use the other half as a topping. Now we're gonna boil 2 cups of macaroni, which you'll start doing a few minutes ago. Whenever you're boiling pasta, you need to use very salty water, which is why I'm using fresh, filtered, triple distilled, pre-salted ocean water. Boil your water at around 212 degrees Fahrenheit or around 100 degrees Celsius to avoid burning your macaroni. If you enjoy a bit of crunch with your macaroni and cheese, you can skip this step. Now we're going to separate the water from the macaroni using a cylindrical irrigation system. Use a syringe to inject each one with delicious cheese sauce, like a miniature savory cannoli. Unless you're a lazy f***, in which case you can pour the cheese sauce onto the macaroni and mix it up with a spoon and see where shortcuts like that get you in life. Probably with more free time, but with a lot of guilt and really poor work ethic. Now I'm gonna throw some macaroni in a bowl, top it with some scallions. And if you like macaroni with one of those really delicious crispy tops, all you gotta do is add a piece of toast, and then you've got yourself a reverse open-faced macaroni sandwich. This video is sponsored by HelloFresh, who understands that you're sad. You're sad that summer is ending, but if you want to stay in a state of denial, you can still get their summer-only recipes that help you avoid the undo and pretend winter isn't coming. They've got more 5-star recipes than any other meal kit, so you can pretend you're Gordon Ramsay. It's raw! The average grocery store trip takes 41 minutes, so you can skip some trips and have chef-curated meals magically appear at your door. Speaking of magic, that's exactly what I taught myself with all my free time. Jack of diamonds. The pre-portioned ingredients mean less prep and also less wasted food. One thing I really like is not having to buy a bunch of things I don't normally use just to try a new recipe, and I've been able to learn so many new recipes because of that, which is totally obvious, right guys? Guys? Go to HelloFresh.com and use my code USUCK14 to get 14 free meals including free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com and use my code USUCK14 to get 14 free meals including free shipping.
We're making macaroni, but we're not gonna get it from the box this time. We're making a batch and we're starting from scratch. Gonna go down the hatch and it's gonna taste fine. Cause we're all grown up now. We're all grown up now. We're all grown up